Hey all, and welcome back to Pokémon Colosseum. I was only loosely paying attention last time, but hey, new place to visit now, so let's go kick Mirabee and his cronies out of Mount Battle. Duking said it was emergency, but I just do it for the thrill of the chase and the heat of battle.
Well, you say Mirabee, he sort of fucked off for a while after Pirate, so we've got some other guys causing issues here, and we don't know exactly who yet. All we got was toward the end of the last part, someone told Egan about it, or Egan told us. Can't remember exactly, because I was also half-heartedly paying attention, because me and Tom are both as useless as each other.
I guess so, yeah. Okay, so Mount Battle, basically the battle tower of the game, Flame?
Yes, the battle... Mount Battle is the part where you can sink hours and hours into this if you're the kind of completionist person. I, however, am not, so I'll just be doing the mandatory stuff here, then we're never gonna come back, because fuck that shit.
Because, yeah, the whole thing with Mount Battle is that... So, initially, we have 10 battles to take place. At least I think it's 10. But then once this is all done, you can eventually come back and there are 100 battles that you can take on, which I can't remember what the prize is if you complete it within the story. However, if you've managed to purify every Pokemon and you take on all 100 battles and win in the Colosseum mode, where you can use your team from Colosseum or you can use a team that you've imported in, you can actually get a Ho-Oh, which is amazing, but that was so time consuming. I did try to do that once upon a time, but I got so far and it was just like, I can't do this anymore. It's too many battles.
Yeah. Make it like 20 or something. This is the thing I've never really cared for, like post-game Pokemon challenges and whatnot. It's not like just the fact of trying to stay in for 50 battles, it's just the tedium of it. And I know, like, you can turn the game off and come back later, but you're still locked into that challenge until you're done. You can't, like, leave and then come back.
Well, you wouldn't need to, because there's not really much else you would do once you've done all the story stuff here, because, like, there is story post-game, but then when it's done, it's done. It's not like there's really much of a Colosseum competitive scene or whatever that you might want to train for.
I don't know, maybe there's one out there in the deserts of Nevada.
Maybe. But also, like, in the story, we only really see the boring part of Mount Battle's area. When you get towards, like, the... I think around 80s, 90s, it starts to get, like, really cool, and there's, like, the volcano aesthetics and whatnot, and, like, it's fucking amazing to look at. To go back to what Richie said, not sure about the, like, what the prize is in story mode, it is a Time Flu, which is the item that can instantly purify a Pokemon. By the time you've got around to that, you probably won't get much use from it, so, like, it seems entirely pointless.
Yeah, that is a pretty crap prize for beating 100 battles in Mount Battle. Part of me feels like, you know, they should have offered the Ho-Oh in the main game rather than the Colosseum mode, but hey.
Or maybe, like, something else that's worthwhile in the story, like maybe another Pokemon or something, but... like, because they would end up using Lugia to balance out the Ho-Oh in XD, and there he had, like, a proper story, like, integration and whatnot, and... it's honestly kind of edgy, given, like, in the first cutscene, he clearly kills, like, a shit, like an entire ship worth of people. I also almost said a shitload of people, which would also have been relevant, but, you know.
Well, shitload, shipload, they essentially mean the same things in the grand scheme of things. I like the just design of Mount Battle. It's not just like a tower reaching to the heavens. There's all these platforms going around, like the circumference of the mountain. It just makes it pretty unique. It looks like something out of, like, Sonic Heroes. I'm thinking like Rail Canyon or Bullet Station.
Yeah,
but besides
it really
that, it has better coloration here.
Yeah, it's nowhere near as oversaturated as literally fucking everything in Sonic Heroes.
Alright, what you got? Swinub and Baltoy. Interesting combination. Let's see how they fare to Surf, which I assume, Flame, you're going to spam for the duration.
Possibly, yeah. I can't actually remember what my approach to a lot of this is, given I recorded it several months ago, but hey, we'll see. Whether I do the common sense thing or whether I do some stupid time wasting thing, I can never tell when I look back at my gameplay.
Ditto. Like, I mean, you guys have seen the footage I record. Sometimes I'm just like, yeah, la da 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 da, just rolling on through this, doing like stupid things like, trying to make a jump that's really difficult and just leaving it all in because I just feel like it.
That is called laziness, Richie.
Until you realise what you're doing to your friends, Richie, you can never grow as a person.
But you see, I do realise what I'm doing to my friends, and it's just making them suffer along with me, so...
Okay, well, now we know that you're just trying to justify being a lazy little bitch. We can move on.
Well, of course I'm trying to justify being lazy. It's how I need to get by on YouTube.
No.
Lord knows I'm not getting by elsewhere.
Richie is a comedy YouTuber. You see, it's fine. He's been taking improv classes.
Jesus fucking
Me
Christ.
comedy, the guy who literally cannot land a joke to save his life.
Richie, tell us a joke, please.
That is like the worst way to fuck someone over on the spot, you know that.
It really is. Let me get a joke.
Okay.
Oh,
Has to steal someone else's jokes. Pathetic.
I'm sorry, I don't walk around with a whole bunch of excellent jokes on hand.
I do. Flame's right there.
Fuck you. Hey, I'm the one who's actually trimmed down this playthrough for fat. Like, you probably haven't even noticed a good few of my edits here.
No, I've noticed them all. You're not very subtle.
Okay, where was the one in the Quilliver fight? Not Quilliver fight. Where was the one in the Quillfish fight then?
Fuck you, that's where.
So yes, a joke.
Okay, I'm listening, I'm receptive, shoot.
Okay. A sandwich walks into a bar. The barman says, "Sorry, we don't serve food in here."
Well done.
Silence.
I tittered.
You see?
No, the joke was funny. I've just heard it before. Give me another one.
I'd like to start with the chimney jokes. I've got a stack of them. The first one is on the house.
You know, I'm not sure what's going to be more condescending, that dead silence, or if you dub in laughter in post.
Okay, here's my joke. And yes, I did take this from fucking Game Grumps. A man walks into a bar with a pair of jumper cables under his arms. The landlord says, "I'll serve you, but don't start anything."
Okay, I also have a joke. This playthrough.
Heyo! Geodude got so fucking wiped. That was amazing. I can't stand the joke. I'm gone.
It's like, it takes Geodude a minute to realise what's happening to it, doesn't it? Like, he's awkwardly bowing back and like, "What the fuck am I? What's happening? Oh shit, I'm dead."
Yeah. How can you not love Numal? And Camperupt especially.
Camperupt? I thought it was Camerupt.
Camperupt? What's that? You're not meant to picture Tent in his humps or anything, you know.
Not sure about the use of the phrase, but I like Mega Camperupt. It's cool. What is its actual name? I'm going to look this up.
It's Camerupt, you dipshit.
Oh right, because it's a camel that's unrubbed. It was the silent P. He was there all along.
It's not even there though.
Exactly, it's a very silent P.
No, you're thinking of an invisible silent P, which I guess every word that doesn't have a P in it has.
Well, I mean, when you're not around, you're the invisible P. Guess what the P stands for?
Pride? Are you proud of me?
No, it rhymes with dick, which you are also.
Okay, yeah, I don't get it.
Well, you never will. Alright, moving on. How far are we through Battle Tower Mountain thing right now?
Well, we mentioned there are 10 battles, and there are these big, bold numbers on the floor showing where we are.
Oh, no!
So, like, I could answer your question like a decent human being, or I could be a patronising little shit about it. What option do you think I'm going to take at this point?
Ryder Raiden. It's both a subclass and his name. That's all I got to say about this battle.
It looks like they really couldn't come up with anything for him, so fuck it.
No.
Although, to be fair, if you're trying to come up with names for, like, 400 fucking, like, trainers, you're gonna get lazy at some point. Or even more than that, bearing in mind that as well as the story ones, there are all 100 of the ones in fucking Mount Battle.
Yes, which is it's terrifying. I mean, the thing is that it's actually quite easy to find over 400 names, because all you do is you like go on, because there are plenty of baby names sites, like so many of them. and they've just got lists and lists and lists of baby names. So just go in there and just kind of pick 400 at random. You'd probably be all right.
Well, they do sort of borrow some from other languages, I noticed, because like I recognise some Polish names in some of them from like having Polish family members and that, and so like they're not just mashing buttons on the keyboard like it might appear at first glance. I think some of them they might have, but some of them they have actually took actual names from places. So like they've gone to a bit of effort for that.
Something about being hit by a spinning top makes it doubly aggravating.
Never were a fan of Top Man in Mega Man 3, were you not?
Nah, also Beyblade just enrages me.
Tom, you monster! You've got to let it rip.
Okay, there's that unfunny joke thing kind of again. But yeah, I never got into Beyblade. Like, my brother had some of the toys that would just spin around and be annoying, but I never watched anything from like the series or anything.
Well, it's the first Jewish anime, so you know, it's not as accessible to everyone as you might think. Just Dreidel versus Dreidel, let it rip.
Oh god. Oh look, it's another Pokemon I can murder with Surf.
Ooh, yeah. Man, this Quagsire is worth its weight in gold. You see what we're telling you, people? From Gen 2 all the way to the main streets of the following gen.
Well, I mean, Hoenn is like one of the more well-kept regions, so I don't know where you're going with that.
And also, Region 3 Hoenn is also the one with the most water in it ever, apart from arguably Sun and Moon. But you don't spend that much time actually on the water in Sun and Moon, so really Hoenn still wins.
You really don't, no.
Which I suppose that is just because you're flying across them, which would have been a lot more useful in Gen 3, at least for the initial ones before you get Fly. Because that game loves its fucking surfing.
Oh, yes it
really
does.
does.
Oh, well, at least we've reached the halfway mark now, lads. Brace yourself, I fear a lot more is coming.
Oh, is it ever? Especially given next part when we finish off it. That's when we get the major boss fight at the end as well.
Well, if I feel like going on to the next part anyway. I'm already starting to feel the wear and tear of talkie-talkie, walkie-talkie.
Oh, I mean, it is hard work, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, and then I have to... Oh, I gotta prepare the audio. Oh, and then I gotta line it up on the track. Or then maybe tomorrow I'll edit at least 2 parts. Or then I gotta send them to Flame. Jesus.
Yeah, then babysit the uploads, you know, that job that you can literally do while you're asleep.
Shut the fuck up.
What?
You know exactly what you're doing. Don't you dare. Even my proxy compare me to that fuck.
Someone seems insecure there.
Oh, well, you know me, Flame. You know me.
But yeah, this fucking thing's using Dig, so he's just delaying the inevitable here.
Yeah, bloody Lily. It's that Lily Cradilly family where just the weirdness of the typings, I can never stand it.
Well, we do have the Trapinch on the field, which is one of the very few Pokemon I can draw, except for that one time I drew it and fucked up its neck, gave it a neck where it shouldn't really have one.
Huh.
I'm not good at this. Yeah, Trapinch, I kind of think it's a very bland design, but the evolution and Flygon is like one of the many cool dragons that I love, so I guess I take it for what it is.
It's pretty cool, yeah. I dig it.
I mean, it's something that actually quite a few of the dragon types go through. They sort of have like an ugly duckling type phase. Because, I mean, obviously the Salamence line, it's Shelgon. The Tyranitar line, it's Pupitar. Goodra, take your pick. I'm trying to think about what the other dragon type Pokemon are that
Jangmo-o.
the final line. Oh yeah, you've got that one. Which are
Gen 7, Richie, Jesus.
well, yes, no, I know that, but just they're slightly odd and quirky in terms of their designs.
That's what makes them good!
It's true. Obviously, you've got. I mean, I think the Axew line's probably the only one that doesn't really have an ugly duckling.
Fracture is kind of like, it's just a midpoint between the designs. It's kind of like Charmeleon in that respect.
Yeah. I suppose with the Garchomp line, it's probably Gibble that's the ugly duckling in that one a little bit.
Yeah, because like Gabite, the mid-stage one, that's actually pretty cool. Granted, it's overshadowed by, Garchomp being a fucking, that is a Banff Pokemon. That I seem to recall that being one of the higher tier ones that everyone used back in Gen 4. I think it got nerfed a little bit later on. Don't quote me on that. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, but hey. Well, she got another Trapinch.
If the champion is going to use it, you need to give serious thought and consideration to how it's going to be received in the meta. Otherwise, it's just going to completely send everything to shit.
Exactly. And I think the last but not least in terms of our Dragon trilogy, you've got, I think Vylos is probably the ugly duckling of the Dino to Hydreigon line.
I forgot about that line, I'm going to be perfectly honest.
I'll always remember Hydreigon, if only because of Ghetsis' Hydreigon being an absolute freaking nightmare. But that's about it.
Yeah, I remember the base form for sort of having the Beatles hairstyle to a certain degree, but the final evolution Hydreigon, I really do like that. Even if, again, it's a Pokemon I personally don't get much use from. I suppose, the Dark Dragon typing, that's kind of... I don't think there's anything else that does that, is there? So it's, a little bit unique at the very least.
So there is technically another Dark Dragon, but it is Guzzlord, aka one of the Ultra Beasts.
Oh, right. Yeah, I never remember any of them fuckers, not gonna lie.
Oh, don't worry, neither do I. So yeah, you are right in that it is a pretty unique typing, all things considered. Because we've had, quite a few Flying Dragon, Ground Dragon, Ice Dragon, not many of them, but still. Had Psychic Dragon, Dragon.
Rock the Dragon Ballsy!
That's kind of fucked up because he's 8 times weak to itself.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh god.
But yeah, Dark Dragon's pretty unique.
Except for in the Team Rocket Returns set of the trading card game where the Dark Dragonite card was an absolute beast in the meta because it let you move your Darkness energy around, which is really useful back in the day.
I can imagine so, yeah.
Nice.
Well, guys, that about wraps it up for this week's installments of Pokémon Colosseum. We hope you've enjoyed this schlock fest. Jesus. And I guess we'll see you next week when the journey continues up Mount Battle. Bye-bye.